Today we are starting with chemical properties of metals. First one, let's see how metals react with oxygen. All the metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxide. For example, magnesium plus oxygen gives us magnesium oxide. Then you can say if I mix copper, if I burn copper in the presence of oxygen, it is again going to give me copper oxide. Similarly, zinc plus oxygen gives me zinc oxide. So all the metals burn in the presence of oxygen to form their oxides. Now let us try to learn some characteristic properties of these metal oxides. जो भी metal oxide यहाँ निकल कर आया है उसके features में क्या क्या है वो हम देखेंगे. First is solubility in water. Most of the metal oxides are insoluble in water, मतलब वो dissolve नहीं होते water में. But then there are certain exceptions like sodium and potassium. They dissolve to form alkali. मतलब सोडियम ने जब ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट किया तो वो बना सोडियम ऑक्साइड. ये जो अब मेटल ऑक्साइड यानी सोडियम ऑक्साइड निकल के आया है, अगर हम इसको पानी में डिसॉल्व करने की कोशिश करेंगे सो इट इज गोइंग टू गिव अस एन अल्कली. अल्कली इज अ बेस दैट कैन बी डिसॉल्व्ड इन वाटर, सो इट फॉर्म्स सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. ऐसे ही अगर हम पोटेशियम ऑक्साइड की बात करें K2O, when we try to dissolve it in water, it is going to give me potassium hydroxide. So there are some metal oxides which are soluble in water, but yes, most of them are insoluble in water. Moreover, sodium and potassium are really, highly reactive metals. So you cannot leave them in open. In the presence of air, oxygen is also there. So if you leave them in open, they quickly combine to form their metal oxides. That is sodium oxide and potassium oxide. And they are so strong that they catch fire very, very quickly. So generally what we do, whenever we are preserving in our chemistry lab these chemicals, sodium and potassium, we put them in kerosene oils to prevent direct contact between the air and these elements. Let us talk about some other category. Second thing is, some metal oxides are basic, other metal oxides are amphoteric. Let us understand the difference. Basic oxides are the oxides which react with acids to form salt and water. मतलब ऐसे मेटल ऑक्साइड्स जो कि एसिड से रिएक्ट करते हैं टू फॉर्म मेटल सल्फेट और मेटल एनी सॉल्ट ऑफ मेटल एंड वाटर. फॉर एग्जांपल MgO when reacts with sulfuric acid gives us MgSO4 plus H2O, that is magnesium oxide. When reacts in the presence of sulfuric acid, then it gives magnesium sulfate and water. That's why it's called a basic oxide, because it reacts with an acid to form a salt of the metal plus water. When we talk of amphoteric oxide, all the metal oxides that react with both acids and bases. मतलब कुछ ऐसा मेटल ऑक्साइड जो एसिड जैसा भी एक्ट करे और जो बेसिस जैसा भी एक्ट करे, जैसे कि एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्साइड acts with this base to form a salt and water. Similarly, aluminium oxide also reacts with hydrochloric acid to form aluminium chloride and water. Therefore, I can say that this aluminium oxide is an amphoteric oxide. Metals, reaction of metals with water. Metals react with water to form metal hydroxide and release hydrogen gas, while some other metals react with water to form metal oxide and they also release hydrogen gas. But different metals act with different states of water. Like some act with cold water, some metals react with steam, some react with hot water, and there are certain others which do not react with any of these. So we will see the reactivity series of metal to understand with which state of water each metal reacts. If we look, potassium, sodium, calcium, all these metals are highly reactive, located at the top of the reactivity series. So they quite easily react with any state of water, and especially they are so reactive that they even react with cold water. Magnesium is a little less reactive. It does not react with cold water. It will react with hot water along with steam. We will just study about their reactions. Then there are metals like aluminium, zinc and iron, which are even lesser reactive than magnesium, and they only react with the steam. Some metals like tin, lead, copper, silver, gold, etc. are noble metals. They do not react with water in either cold state, hot state or even in the vapor form. Let us see their reactions. Highly reactive metals, sodium and potassium, when react with cold water, they form sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide with release of hydrogen gas. Now, since these metals are very highly reactive, they release lot of heat. So, it's a highly exothermic reaction that it even catches fire quickly. While calcium, when reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide and again hydrogen gas is released. This is a little less vigorous reaction than sodium and potassium, because what happens here is this hydrogen bubbles that are being evolved at the end, they stick to the surface of calcium in form of bubbles and they float on the surface of water. So here the hydrogen evolved is not sufficient to catch fire. Metals that react with hot water. We talked about magnesium. It reacts with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide. Again water, hydrogen gas is released. Whereas magnesium also reacts with the water in vapor form, that is steam, to form magnesium oxide. Please do not get confused. With hot water, magnesium forms magnesium oxide. Reaction with steam, it forms magnesium oxide. But in both cases, hydrogen is released. Then aluminium, zinc, iron, all these metals also react with steam to form aluminium oxide and iron oxide. This iron oxide here is also called ferroferric oxide along with evolution of hydrogen gas. When we talk of metals like lead, tin, copper, silver, gold and platinum, these are highly unreactive that they do not even react with the steam. Reaction of metals with dilute acids. Metals react with dilute acids to form metal salt and hydrogen gases evolved. Metal, for example, if acts with hydrochloric acid, it forms metal chloride plus hydrogen. If it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, it forms metal sulfate plus hydrogen. Let us see some examples. For example, sodium, if reacts with dilute HCl, it will form metal chloride. So, sodium chloride and hydrogen is released. Let us try to balance the equation now. Okay. Similarly, magnesium reacts with HCl to form magnesium chloride and again hydrogen gas is evolved from it. So if we try to balance it, it becomes Mg plus 2HCl. Yes, MgCl2 plus H2. Magnesium plus hydrogen sulfate, that is H2SO4, gives magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas is evolved. It's because whenever metal reacts with dilute acid like sulfuric acid, it forms metal sulfate. So this is magnesium sulfate. Whereas with HCl it is forming magnesium chloride. Similarly, if zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, it forms zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So some metals react with HCl, others react with sulfuric acid, while there are some like copper and gold which are highly unreactive and do not react with the dilute acids. Let us talk about next property of metals. How do metals react with salt solutions of some other metal? For example, if I have a salt solution of copper, which is copper sulfate, and I want to see how iron reacts with it, then we will say it's a kind of a displacement reaction, which is nothing but if a highly reactive metal combines with a less reactive metal, then the highly reactive metal automatically displaces the less reactive metal and forms its salt. How its reaction takes place, let us see. Iron, if you see the reactivity series, is highly reactive than copper. So what will happen? It will displace copper. Copper की पोजीशन को उसकी पोजीशन से हटा देना, displace कर देगी और खुद जाकर उसके salt से combine हो जाएगी to form iron sulfate. Let's talk about zinc. Zinc again is reactive than copper. So copper will get displaced from its salt solution and zinc combines with the salt. Similarly, copper plus silver nitrate. Silver nitrate, if we see, is less reactive than silver is less reactive than copper. So copper displaces silver. So this time silver gets displaced and copper forms copper nitrate.